So we were sitting at the kitchen table and noticed a bunch of insects flying around outside our window and thought, holy cow, that's a swarm of bees. Maybe we'll get some free bees out of the whole deal. Anyway, so we grabbed our phones, went outside and started recording. And what you can see here are just little teeny dots off in the distance there. But that's actually a swarm of bees about 150 feet wide, not really too compact, but there's tens of thousands of bees out there. And when we zoom in, you can see, in the middle of them, that's a bunch of bees. So we left some empty hives out in the yard, just hoping that such a thing might come along and some bees might decide to move in. At this point, I'm checking out one of the hives, and I don't see that there's a whole lot over there congregating around that hive. So they seem maybe they're going into another one, and I'm going to kind of sneak up a little bit and check that out here. At this point, about a minute has gone by since we first saw them. So now I'm sneaking up on that second hive, and as we zoom in a little bit, yeah, they do in fact seem to be congregating around there a bit. But if you look at the hive, there's nothing landing on there. They're just kind of circling around. So we'll kind of sneak over and get in there a little bit closer and see what we can see. And pretty good cloud of bees, but they're really not going in at this point. The reason bees swarm is because their hive is becoming overcrowded. So they raise a new queen, send out some scouts to go find a new home, and then when the new queen is about to hatch, the old queen takes half of the hive's bees and they go move into the new home. So yes, I am standing in the middle of this cloud of bees in a t-shirt and shorts, and this is Jane taking a picture of me taking a picture of the bees that you were just watching. And so you go, aren't you worried about getting stung? Don't you need a bee suit? Well, actually when bees are swarming, the first thing they do is they just gorge themselves on honey, so they're nice and full and have lots of energy to fly. And they don't have a home to protect. So they're really not going to sting you. They're just looking for a new place to go, and they don't even bother you right in the middle of them. And as you can see now, over time, they're becoming really, really concentrated here close to this hive. Nothing's really landing on it yet, but you can just tell from the static going on how many bees, tens and tens of thousands of bees, are just swarming around here right now. Okay, so now if you look at the hive, you'll notice just a few bees are starting to land on there. Keep an eye on that because they're going to keep increasing more and more over time. And even to the point where it looks like a wave of bees just flowing into the box. We'll see that real soon. So here we do see them starting to go into the box. The entrance is actually on that skinny side that you see on the front, and it's down towards the bottom. So that's where you'll see the biggest cloud or biggest congregation of bees, and that's where they're feeding, just crawling right into the box and taking over and setting up home. In just a second, we will zoom in, and you can really tell about how they're flowing in there and how many bees are actually involved. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Just massive bees just flowing right into that box. Tens of thousands of them. It's great. Free bees. So now after about 7 minutes since we first saw the bees and came out recording, you'll notice that the cloud of bees is starting to thin out. And they're pretty much moved in. And here's about 2 hours later, and they're just coming and going as they've established a normal colony, a normal beehive. Yay!